Hey everyone, welcome to Commentary Central. I'm Jared,
And this is Andrew.
and today we're going to be watching Monsters Inc., another Pixar film. We recently did Ratatouille, so we want to do Monsters Inc. as well because we both like this movie a lot. So we're going to go ahead and give this a go. Is there any thoughts you want to say before we start it?
Well, the reason we're doing this because Ratatouille is your favorite one, and Monsters Inc. is my favorite Pixar film. Way back from 2001, I believe.
Three.
Oh, well, it's old, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I've always said this is my favorite one, but I haven't watched it in years, so we'll see if that's still true after I finish. So we're going to hit play here, and 3, 2, 1, play. And
Watch that little graphic go away. Let's see. If you're watching this digitally, it may be a little bit different.
oh yeah, we're doing old school DVD.
Yeah, neither of us own this digitally yet, so.
Yeah, and so weird. THX logo.
Yeah. We'll tell you when the movie actually starts. If you hit play, you might want to hit pause for a second. That is if you're doing it digitally. If you're on like Blu-ray or DVD.
Do they still do this on like modern DVDs?
I don't think so.
Because like I
They
said,
may have the logo come up in the sound, but it's
Yeah,
very quick.
I
It's
don't.
not like
I don't
these.
do DVDs anymore. I gave up. I go all digital because I'm too lazy to get up and switch discs. I'm an American. Leave me alone.
That sound used to scare the crap out of me as a kid.
We'll get to the movie one of these days, people. Now what's next?
Are we gonna have those FBI warnings?
I don't know. No. There we
Okay,
go.
here's Walt Disney. The stars going over,
That was fast.
and then here's Pixar.
Oh, just breezing through it now.
Okay,
And now we're gonna do the title sequence.
which is a good title sequence.
Yeah.
I like the 2D and it's a catchy jazz theme.
They don't even do title sequences anymore in movies, really, do they?
No.
Man, this movie's old. Oh, where's the subtitles? I need subtitles. Woman shrieks. Walt Disney Picture presents. Pixar Animation Studios. Movie is what? 1 hour and 32 minutes.
What year is it?
Oh, yeah, 2001.
Okay, cool.
This movie's 16 years old.
No, you got it right first time. I thought it was
Ah.
2003.
Once again, like I said, I've always said this is my favorite one, but it's been a long time. I can't even remember the last time I've seen this.
I think I watched this in theaters. I could be wrong though. Maybe I watched it on DVD the first time.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't even remember the first time I watched it. I think I watched it back on VHS tape. So you know it's kind of old then.
I remember having this on DVD. So
Humpty Dumpty, it never says he's an egg.
well, it's a little more comforting knowing that he's an egg rather than a
I know, but
person.
in the original story, it's never said that he's an egg.
True.
But anyway,
I think so. Yeah. It's been a while.
I don't
Wind
know.
blowing gently. This is a great setup.
Looking at this animation, it's very not,
Plasticky.
Yeah, there's not as much detail to it, and
It's with humans anyway.
yeah.
Every kid can relate to this though because everybody has kind of opened their eyes in the middle of the night and saw a shadow or something, and like when you're a kid, it's like it's a monster. Yeah.
No, yeah. Once again, it's when Pixar hits it, they hit it. They hit it really good. I do like all this because you think it's gonna be this something very terrifying.
That would hurt so bad.
I mean, technically, jacks aren't sharp, but hey.
That's almost as bad as stepping on a Lego.
I mean, once again, it's old movie when kids play with jacks.
Yeah. Well, like all simulators, even that was behind the times
But,
for
like,
back then. I love the little bat wings on the back of her eyes.
Yeah.
Those are kind of like her eyelashes and eyebrows.
Hey, where's the jacket? Wait a minute. That wasn't his arm, was it? That was specifically a jacket sleeve.
He
right?
might have a chameleon-like ability.
Okay, because I was just gonna say, because the whole premise is.
By the way, what a terrifying boss. Like, dear goodness. Is that like a spider crab?
Yeah, but at first you think he's a pretty good, cool guy.
I hate spiders, though. Man, me and spiders have an agreement. If I don't get to see them, they live.
But anyway, the whole premise is they're afraid of. They think human stuff's I guess toxic or poisonous.
Yeah.
So unless it was his arm, someone put a human coat sleeve there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm sure it was disinfected.
It's all crumbling apart in the first 5 minutes.
I'm sure it's disinfected.
It's all my whole childhood.
And you notice he only has 5 eyes. Look at the inside of his mouth, though. You can see his tongue move.
I mean, Sully's hair still looks pretty good for 2001.
Look at that pillow, though.
Yeah, they're. It's like
the character animations are great, and the character models. It's kind of the world models that are. But animation back then is not like it is today, because anyone can pull off rudimentary animation today, but back then, you had to have some serious computing power.
But I think these are actually once again, I do like this movie. It's my favorite. I think honestly these are my 2 favorite Pixar characters.
They play off each other so well.
And I think it's also the voice acting, because John Goodman, he's just an amazing actor.
Oh,
and a versatile actor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once you go through his filmography, you're just amazed at what he's been in over the years. Then Billy Crystal's just Billy Crystal. He's got that voice. It just is Billy Crystal's voice. I don't know how to explain it. The new commercial.
And look at that television, all standard def and such.
But, Pixar movies kind of exist in a
bubble.
Well, yeah, and you don't really know what time zone they exist in either, or era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could exist in today's world or.
You've heard the Pixar theory, right?
No.
You haven't heard the Pixar theory? How every movie's connected and it makes a rudimentary timeline.
I mean,
it kind of works and kind of doesn't, but it's a pretty decent little theory.
Doesn't that work with?
Look, VR before VR was VR.
Once again, I do like the premise, though. They need the children's screen to power their city, so they're not, they're not bad. They're not bad people, so to speak. They're just trying to provide for their civilization.
They're not scaring children to scare children. They're doing it for power, and also, in that Pixar theory, just go watch the video. Just type it in on YouTube, the Pixar theory, but. Basically, those doors are actually a portal through time to go, back in time, because their civilization is actually Earth in the far future. Yeah, it's.
Okay. Now, this is, Monster City, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Just wonder in the background when they first did that pan down. I wonder if that was No, it couldn't have been. Never mind. I was gonna say Monsters U.
Mm-hmm.
But it couldn't have been, I don't think.
I don't know.
Anyway.
There's an entire short about that car.
Yeah, I've seen it. I didn't really like that. But
Scream shortages loom. Love how that eye is just in the
Yeah.
window. Hidden City Cafe. Espresso cappuccino diesel.
It's what's his?
And look at the prices. Yeah, it looks like the guy from Finding Nemo.
Wait, what?
Look at that guy looks like the shrimp from Finding Nemo.
Oh, I was thinking about that one actor who's that guy. He's
Oh, was that
he's in all.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not him, is it?
I don't believe that was, no.
He's the Abominable Snowman. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Never mind.
Gosh, what is his name? He was on Cheers.
I know, right? I can't think of it either. I'm going to do it. I have to do it now.
I
'Cause it's eating at me. What is your
Shows the
name?
whole world right there.
John Ratzenberger.
Yeah.
That's his
No, it
name.
was John something.
Um,
It's just a very unique idea right there. Weren't wait a minute, in Monsters U, weren't the cheerleaders that type of monster?
I don't remember what their hair was.
Because I know they sounded like snakes.
Yeah, I don't remember what their.
Also, look at her hands. She has like no fingers.
I don't know if they had snake for hair too. Maybe they did.
Googly bear. Was Google invented back then?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. This movie's too old. I don't. Can I?
Sorry, guys. Randall.
Who?
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Buscemi. Is that him? Yeah.
Who's only mad at Tim because he made him lose a sport
I don't
or
know.
the competition in Monsters U? Remember?
Yeah.
He's like, "I'll get you, Sullivan."
He switched teams, didn't he? 'Cause
well,
they were friends.
Yeah. Well, he's friends with Mike Wazowski. They were roommates.
You know who that character reminds me of?
Nope.
A competent Frank Burns.
I don't know who's Frank Burns.
MASH?
Of course.
You
Don't
don't
watch MASH. Sorry.
Please watch MASH. If you guys don't know, MASH is my favorite television show of all time. But, yeah, that character, like, if Frank Burns was actually competent and could get stuff done, that would be him. Mike Wazowski. Yeah. This character is oft quoted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. One of the things that come out of this movie was pretty much everything out of her mouth. So.
You Wazowski.
Scare floor.
And I also love this is kind of like a blue collar job.
Yeah.
It's not. It's it's like someone going to work at the factory, and that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's just one of those things that I love how that's kind of how this is portrayed.
I mean, I do like the scare shortage because, early on in that television commercial, kids, kids are, I mean, pretty much
Staying
as
up later.
as a society in whole, we're kind of desensitized anymore.
Yeah.
And And this was 2001. Just imagine what it'd be like today. Eastern Seaboard. The
Kind of the epic slow walk.
from the
Was that from Armageddon? Is that where that started?
Stuff. Right Stuff.
Okay.
It's like the first. Well, I don't want to say. It's like that early on. I don't know. Yeah, it's The Right Stuff anyway.
I love that monster. There are a lot of really inventive designs in this movie.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
I mean, he does have the best ability out of all of them.
Yeah. What, you don't think that's cool?
Are those like contacts or?
I don't know.
99 351 99 479.
Ooh.
So countdown's based on how many fingers he has.
I guess.
But it works. 7. Why do we start at 10 anyway? It's too much time.
So, one scream is worth more than one total point.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
I guess it's how much energy it generates.
I guess. Well, I guess technically you can put more in one. Like, you know, that monster just then, his whole can didn't fill up.
Yeah.
So do you have to use a new can every time you get a door?
I don't think so. Maybe. I'm not sure how that works. Also, how will it convert screams to energy?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe it is one scream per.
Because, I mean, what if you went over, like, what if you start, like, at that last line, then you get a new door?
Yeah. It's understandable.
What is happening?
Their caution tapes is void. Okay, go ahead. Okay, if you guys are just a little bit unsynced, we had a little bit of an issue, but right now they're shredding the door and the doorknob just fell out. Okay, and this guy's running screaming into this room. Okay, we're good. Buildings and showing the scoreboard right now, so that ought to help you link up. Okay, yeah.
It's all he wants in life.
Exactly. Never mind. Cracked 1 million.
Mr. Water Noose.
That's an interesting name.
Whatever that dude's name is, that's Frank Oz.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Old Yoda himself.
Yep.
And Miss Piggy, I believe.
Yeah, not anymore, but
Yeah.
he was for a long time. Especially with Jim Henson.
Feel bad for this guy.
George Sanderson.
It's a great monster name, George Sanderson.
What's bureaucracy?
They move awful quick. Stand back. I thought these guys were really cool when I was a kid.
I mean, but my thing is this a so Monsters Inc. has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe forever. So is there like a conspiracy that was built into the?
It was probably always a misconception that
So I mean, I'm just saying, out of all the years, no one's ever actually touched a human object, and
which is kind of broken in. I love that sludge that just comes out of it. That sadly, I think in Monsters University they touch stuff in the human world, so it just kind of.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things like they touch doorknobs, they touch the floor.
I think it's actual human objects, though.
Like, they touch. Yeah, so, I don't know, once again, maybe I'm thinking too much into it. I'm just saying, like, I was thinking that, maybe Water News here was planting the seed into their heads, but that doesn't really make sense.
It's possible.
Because it's actually the whole city of all monsters are terrified of humans. So
I don't know. It's just weird.
Maybe they haven't always ran on screen power.
True.
I can't remember if that's mentioned in this movie or not.
And it's 6 o'clock on their time, so that should be their quitting time, I suppose.
Well, they were doing Eastern Seaboard. Yeah. Well, that isn't. Well, actually,
I'm sure they have different groups of scares for different time zones.
Yeah, and that doesn't really correlate with 6 o'clock in their world either.
Yeah.
I love that. He's like, pass me your odorant.
Hold on. He said smell of garbage or old dumpster. Isn't that the same thing?
Your old dumpster. Not technically. Because, dumpsters always get a little bit of stuff left in there. But, old garbage.
It depends on what's in the garbage.
Yeah. Can you hand me your odorant? I love that part. I don't know. They're such good friends.
They are, and that's a great thing.
But you don't really get that from Monsters University. Just saying.
Yeah. Although, I will say this. If you've ever been to college, Monsters University has a few moments where you're like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I don't know. Once again, just a little missed opportunity. But Puce.
I don't think anyone does unless you're... Oh, that's Puce.
So it begins.
The door is just kind of there. And according to that clock, it's now 6:40, so it may take them 40 minutes to...
Oh, they showered and...
I'm sure.
Did all the stuff.
Time's actually passing because that time went up just a little.
So, I guess that means she was standing literally...
By the way, Pixar balls on her floor. But yeah, she must have been standing...
She was standing right there.
She must have been by the door on his right side in front of him.
Yeah.
I love the look on his face right there. If I'm not mistaken, I think I read some trivia once that said like the girl who does the voice of Boo, like they went around instead of like having her sit down and say those lines, they just kind of followed her around as she was playing, and she kind of said those words, or they had her say those words while she was doing that.
I mean, he's only okay. Here's the deal. So I don't think it's ever explained. If they do touch it, what happens to them? Is it just poisonous? Does it kill them, or? Because once again, for some reason, I'm going to be mentioning Monsters University a lot.
Like I said, it's just kind of a misconception, I believe. I think it's one of those things that they thought human scaring was dangerous.
But like in Monsters University, they have those like they're having that race, and they got those like spiky balls, and like this is the equivalent of touching something in the human world.
Yeah.
But I mean, he so is he afraid? Like he's touching it, so
yeah.
If he doesn't die in like 10 minutes, doesn't he like figure out? I think they missed an opportunity here. I think it should have been a conspiracy started by Water News, because that would have been a lot cooler. I think
Yeah.
Because
she's riding on his back.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like they live in this world where they've been told humans are dangerous and poisonous, and it was all a lie constructed by Water News. They missed an opportunity here. But,
maybe.
But
we'll
still,
see.
This is my favorite movie of all time, or Pixar movie of all time. So, I'm still okay with this.
She
movie.
has no air inside of there.
Well, I don't think it's airtight. It's not like a plastic sack or something.
Randall's been scaring off the clock.
He touched her again. Just saying. Still like this movie though. Don't let any of this fool you.
Yeah, it was just kind of a weird rule.
Once again, this was 16 years ago. I wasn't thinking about these things 16 years ago.
I love how an octopus is the grill master there. A guy sitting in water.
Get a paper bag. So, I'm gonna be weird. Your hair being snakes.
Yeah.
Because I guess they all have their own personalities, right?
You would think.
Monstropolis. That's what it's called. I wonder what that is.
What?
Get a paper bag. Is that
maybe it's to-go box?
No, what I'm saying, every time they walk in, they say get a paper bag.
I don't know.
This technically is the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
In
that we know of.
Universe. Well, I think they say it in the movie. This is the first time a child's ever gotten through. So maybe they're just really great. They're really good.
I love what happens here with like these guys come in CDA.
The
Right here. That's the moment when you know you screwed up real bad.
the first time ever in monster history. So maybe they're just very proficient at what they do. But I mean, that is true. That's
true.
so true. That's so true.
And you have people like that.
Yeah. Once again, I mean, I really like the premise, like
Yeah.
monsters scare children, but they're terrified of children, and it's actually in their minds an occupational hazard. It's like a dangerous job to them to
Oh, look, DVDs.
become a scare. Yeah, that's why I don't do DVDs again.
Look how his eyes still red.
Yeah, it's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so they have to process the scream so they don't fluctuate like that, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you just saw a weird fluctuation
Yeah.
of power. Wouldn't you just send someone to investigate anyway?
Sure.
It's another nice little thing, laughter is more powerful than screams.
It's true.
Once again, great movie. I'm still on board so far.
I still advocate ruling with an iron fist. No, I'm joking.
Even though there's a serious...
You also got to ask the question, because she's in this world for days, obviously, if not like a week. So how much time has passed in her world?
That is true. Because I know, it's at least been going to be one night next day. I don't know if this all takes place in the... But, the child has been gone for at least 24 hours.
Probably.
At least.
I think it's implied, though, that, it's only been one night.
Well, yeah. I mean, so they get off... I'm guessing their work shift is over... Well, but technically she's not from where they were at
Exactly.
earlier,
It's a different time.
so this could be her night time.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this movie all takes place at night, really. So,
Yeah.
for convenience purposes, because, what were the parents doing? Where were the police? I want to know that backstory. Isn't it... Oh, yeah, I did. Remember what is it? Brave, the witch, is her?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Because she can manipulate doors or whatever. Because she walks in and, it's a shop. She goes outside, opens the door, and it's her witch's shop or whatever.
Yeah.
To me, that's a little bit of a stretch, but hey, whatever. And also, that was set, hundreds of years earlier? Medieval Scotland or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's all time travel, it may...
Oh, man. I just realized something. She must have been an easy scare, because she has a picture of Randall, and Randall's been scaring off the books, so he might have been visiting her every single night. And that's horrifying that he would just show up every night and scare the crap out of this little girl.
It's disturbing, really.
and that would make him even more horrible. And because you would think that like they would give doors a break, like they wouldn't scare the same kids night after night. So like yeah, she could be just like totally psychologically broken from.
Wow.
That's why she can't speak in full sentences. She may be like 4 or 5 years old, but just psychologically broken because Randall has scared her so bad.
This movie's dark. It's a psychological thriller. I see. This is the greatest Pixar film of all time.
I like that poster, Mumbo.
No, that's actually true. I never thought about that. I mean, I've always known she drawed it, but I never considered that side of it before.
Because Randall probably was not in her door because he had to go get those containers. So how would she know what he looks like? Because she was hidden behind the door with Sully.
Yeah, and I mean, she's going to be the first kid they use for their new device later on. So he's probably been, like you said, staking her out for a while. Fascinating. Once again, there's a conspiracy here. I don't think they fully delivered on it. I mean, but what's the difference between a mop in the human world and a mop in the monster world?
Oh,
A mop's a mop. And a light bulb's a light bulb.
I love that slogan. We scare because we care.
No, yeah, that's a good one. Only thing though about those whatever CDA agents is what
Yeah.
they're doing. They're all the same type of monsters.
No, they're not.
Well, literally only like a handful of designs, you know.
Well, again, character
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
animations are
Apparently,
expensive.
the only monsters allowed to work are the ones with those double eye stalk things, and
There's probably about 4 or 5 different types though. So there's the 5 eyes right there, the 2 eye stalks.
there's 2 right there.
Yeah,
Same
there's
exact
that
thing.
small guy with like the 8 eyes.
Like I said, maybe this is a what do you call that? Society where you have to work in the job you're.
Well, I mean, they got to go to college, so
Once again, Monsters University ruined the first, because it's a caste system. What it is, they were born that way, so they can only be CDA agents. Calling it right now. Yeah. Well, I mean,
the guy in the back, he just straight up elbowed him. I would have said the wrestling move, but I don't know what it is. Every parent knows this feeling right here. I'm not a parent yet, but I've taken care of my nephew, so I understand this. Kids take forever.
like, he's already not afraid of her anymore, so.
Yeah.
Uh,
I love how I think she's falling in. And he's like, I don't know about this. When you think about it, though, to him, she's kind of a troublesome puppy.
that's true. That is true.
Smooths over hair he doesn't even have.
the key legally anyway.
Yeah.
She's seen Randall.
You know, that design in real life would be absolutely horrifying. Like, can you imagine a creature like that just with, in real life? It's kind of like the alien from the movie Alien mixed with the invisibility of the Predator.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
because he can climb on anything.
Yeah.
And, he doesn't kill necessarily, but...
I mean, this is a kids movie, so some of the monster designs I thought, they're creative, but they're also kind of goofy and pointless. But yeah, he's probably the only one that's
truly scary.
Yeah.
I mean, Sully would kind of be if it wasn't for his colors.
Yeah, exactly, and that's probably why they chose the colors they did.
Yeah. Well, at that moment.
Name's Fungus. The Frank Oz one. So there is a conspiracy. I think they missed on a greater conspiracy theory.
It's almost 9 o'clock. So I guess they work 9 to 6 with an hour lunch break.
Sounds about right. I mean, it doesn't sound right, but apparently. Or, well, yeah, I don't know. Because they've never really said that. Maybe they weren't supposed to work today, though. You know what I mean?
Possible.
I mean, I'm just, because there's already... Uh-oh, he's named it. It's all over now.
Yeah.
They always say that. I don't know if it's true or not.
They just nod, saying, all right,
Yeah.
Nothing suspicious here.
Yeah, lost it again. I don't know. I mean, what if the CDA did get a hold of her? What would they do?
They would probably, honestly, they'd probably put her back where she
That's what I was
belongs.
thinking. Because you'd have to put it back, right? You'd have to put her back. I mean, I guess technically you don't have to, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's either that or kill her.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to hope they're not that cruel.
Exactly. Once again, this is a dark,
Stormy future.
this movie is really,
He's got them shifty eyes, is everyone.
this movie's extremely dark and terrifying.
Didn't work out as well for him as it did for old Linguini, did it?
Oh no.
You feel some sympathy for him, just how he runs, and You know, like this is the most serious thing in the world to him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was creepy. And I love how he's not an idiot. Like, he knows they're pulling something.
Yeah. Sweet, it's already 12 o'clock. Almost. So that whole sequence took, what, 3 hours?
Something like that. Randall has a very much a vested interest, though, in making sure that Boo gets back, because it'll expose him cheating if they trace it back to that door. So technically he is trying to help her get back.
Yeah, but he's not going to return her back. You know what I mean?
He wants to put her back in her right place, though.
Yeah, but not in her room.
Yeah. Because he has the key to the door. He can get that.
Yeah.
So
he was just going to put her back so she could get her later on.
Yeah, to scare her, but she would still be back where she belongs. They probably, if Mike was smart, he would have let Randall do it and then take the door and shred it quickly.
Well, but
then Boo wouldn't be bothered again.
Yeah, but as of right now, they don't really care about that because they don't know what the actual plot is.
This part's great.
Yeah, I love how he gets up and
just back down.
Seems a bit excessive for trash compactor, but
making those nice little squares that Wally takes care of later.
Hey, you know what? I think there may be something to this.
I love this. How he's just like weeping.
So, I mean, but he is trying to get Boo back to Randall. He can't find her. It's George Sanderson.
It's not like they can shave him again.
Yeah, I don't know what they do. I guess they just...
Third offense, they just kill you. Just off with your head right there.
Maybe. I mean, that's the second time. I don't think it happens again until the very end, and then he does it. What he does. I love this part. I can hear it too.
Wait a minute.
How many kids you got in there?
He's still trying to get his hand free.
Yeah. Well, there's the door. Randall. She even knows his name. That's even more terrifying.
Why would he be after Boo? Maybe she just has like this extremely powerful scream, and that's why he is after her.
I mean, I don't think there's any specific reason. I think it was just the first one he was going to try out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just picked this girl, and so they've decided to watch her for however long to break her psychologically.
Oh, here's what he wanted to do with her. Because he thinks he's got Boo.
Yeah, I know. Or, oh, do you not remember what happens?
No, it's been such a long
Oh,
time since
sorry.
this movie.
Yeah, don't you remember there's a machine that sucks your...
Oh, yeah.
See, I didn't know you knew that, so that's why we're kind of off. So, but I still think he's broken her psychologically. But I'm pretty sure she was picked up random.
I mean, it'll make him look really good with numbers by doing that. Or he could be doing this altruistically. He knows there's power shortages and he's just trying to help his community.
Exactly. So, is he really the bad guy in all this?
Exactly.
Once again, this movie, it's so deep, man. It's so great. Actually, I mean, we're already pretty much...
We're approaching halfway.
Yeah, because, kind of breezes through, really, once you get to this point. Yeah. Good thing she can only reach that one.
That is a cool secret passageway. Just that lighting with his fur and stuff and that door shutting. I mean, it just makes you appreciate how great these animators are, especially with the technology back then.
Pipes whistling and venting. Subtitles.
Oh, yeah. Look at the bubbling of the paint on the wall right there.
Yeah. Only thing is, he was in that room. Did he just blindly throw a box onto the first thing that moves?
Yeah.
So what was he doing? Did he have his eyes closed?
Probably heard something move and bang.
I'm just wondering where his eyes were looking at. Because he had to be watching the door, right? Anyway.
Ah.
Hey, there's a machine that I didn't know you didn't remember. So I guess... But does this technically kill children? Because, that dude gets stuck in it and he doesn't technically
Sucks
die.
them dry, probably.
Yeah.
Could take their voice, destroy their vocal cords.
It does something to them. I mean...
Because what it's doing is it's extracting that much of a scream out of one person. So...
I don't know. It does something not good to children, and it must be stopped. Well, he already says he doesn't really care about the scare record.
Yeah.
He says, this isn't about the scare record.
This is going to make him very rich, and this is what he was working on.
So yeah, and also he's just trying to save his city, like you said. He's a much deeper villain than what we gave him credit for. These 3250 units. fungus.
Like cars, huh?
Like this. I'll give you a ride in the car.
Did you notice that mistake in the subtitles?
Yep.
That's funny. Yeah, it sucks them dry.
But he doesn't die. He shows up at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it literally is killing them or just sucks their life force from their bodies.
It really does suck.
Once again, how does the screams work? Why does a monster screams work?
I don't know.
Is it just scream? So for a snake ninja approach. The one dude, Pink, sitting there cross-eyed. This is where he sees the error. Well, not really the error of his ways. Giant Pink, he's not there.
He
He's just not there.
He took one too many hits of drugs in college and just it wrecked him.
Yes. Once again, I think they missed a great thing right there. Could have been a lie planted by the Waternoose family. Well, wait a minute. He said his family's been in charge for, I think, 3 or 4 generations.
Maybe.
I think he said that way back early on. I'm calling it now. There is a conspiracy that was planted by the Waternoose clan years ago into what is it, Monstropolis? That's what it's called. I'm calling it now.
Randall.
You know, Rendell is a terrifying name when you think about it. Sounds like a serial killer's name.
Was that the name of the snitch on Recess?
Yeah, it was. I'm not a Recess kid. That was past my time.
It was a darn good show, but it didn't come on all that often whenever I started liking it.
So where's that training door going to? Wait, how do you know? Wait, no, never mind. He saw it earlier. Never mind. Oh, okay. That's the banishment door.
Yeah.
Because that's where the, Abominable Snowman, who was apparently an employee of Monsters Incorporated.
He was
That
in the
one
mail
time.
room.
Well, yeah. Can't remember if he says later on why he was banished or not. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, he's a little. The snow and they don't look good that good in snow.
No.
They're awful blue for one thing. Oh yeah, that's right. He was banished for going through mail.
I just got it.
What?
He's a mailman in Monsters University. The guy who played him, John Ratzenberger, he was a mailman on Cheers.
Oh, and he got banished because he was going through the mail.
Yeah.
Because that's what he says in Monsters U. He's like, you could get banished for.
Going through people's mail.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, what you said's right too. I never put those two together.
Yeah.
What is that? Lingonberry jam?
I suppose.
Lincoln. That's not a C though. That's a G.
Lingonberry.
Lingonberry. Mount Everest something. Sure they on Everest, or not Everest, but wherever Everest is at. Where's Everest?
It's in the Himalayas, which is where he said welcome to the Himalayas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is around Nepal.
That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't think of Nepal. The only three kind of children there are in the world: tough kids, sissy kids who climb on rocks. Explains all children everywhere.
Let's make a sled.
I mean, I wonder what happens if you do break the record. There's still a power shortage.
There is, but probably your kind of employee position there would be guaranteed, and you probably get promotions and all that. You wouldn't be on the scare floor. You'd probably be a manager.
But would Sully ever want that? I mean, that's what Mike wants. He's a scarer
But
at
they're
heart.
a team, though.
He's a scarer at heart.
But they're a team, and
You can't
when you
take
stop, unless you've made it to the top, when you stop moving in your job or stop trying to move up in some way, then what that kind of does is just you stagnate.
I still think Sully would stay scarer. I think even if the promotion,
What he would probably end up doing is teaching the new scarers.
I'm gonna say right now, if they did get the promotion, it would have destroyed their friendship. So this whole
I don't think it would have destroyed their friendship,
would've-
but I think they wouldn't have been quite as close because they, like I said, I don't think they worked together. Mike would probably be a floor manager, and Sully would probably teach kids scaring.
Exactly, it would destroy their friendship. So
They're
know what?
still roommates.
Nope, it would have ruined everything. He would have went on to go with Celia. It would have ruined it. So you know what? Boo saved their friendship.
They would have been friends, just not as close.
Once again, Randall.
That's how it happens.
Randall is not the bad guy here. He saved their friendship, maybe unintentionally.
By
but
being
he
a
saved it.
terrible person.
Exactly, by breaking a child psychologically. And sled. Oh, sorry. Linger just a hair longer. How'd you go so far away?
Can you imagine if you were human, just saw that go by?
Oh, that's true.
What was that?
Distant child screaming.
Didn't he say it was a 3 days hike to there, though? It was awful quick for 3 days hike.
I think you're right.
Then again, when you think about it, it could be such deep snow that it would impede you.
Well, I mean, he wasn't hiking either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess they would still continue to do scaring.
They would probably take the kids, do this, and then throw them back in their door. That's probably what would happen.
But, well, I mean, not everyone in the factory is going to go along with it, though, would they?
They'll fire them. They don't need scares anymore.
But, I mean, I'm just saying, though, you wouldn't tell them about this machine. You know,
They would probably just fire everyone, honestly, because, like I said, they don't need scares. They'd fire them, hire people to come in and kidnap the kids, do that to them, put them back.
Yeah.
And any scare that's on by.
Or you could just continue to do it as a front. You know, continue.
Have a few people.
Because if you fired all employees, then people are going to start getting suspicious. But once again, they're terrified of children. So what would it matter if, you know, they lived or not? Anyway.
Oh. Can't be witnesses. I guess Mike just followed him and went in that door too.
No, yeah, yeah, exactly. How'd he get down the mountain? And he's not a scarer anyway, so how did he get the door open? Well,
It was
technically,
already there.
yeah, so that's right. But technically, you can open the door from both sides.
Yeah.
It just takes more power, I guess. Like the old-timey vending machine.
Yeah.
Did this really buy that much time?
Oh.
Not really. I do like this chase sequence though.
Oh, it's great. What plain simple yet insane. This is really cool right here. It's like millions of doors. Reminds me of the conveyor belt in Toy Story 2 at the end.
Oh yeah.
The luggage. Can you imagine being the guy who would have to repair that should it break?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
And also, if you notice on the top of the door, that hook, there's an embroidered M on there.
Okay, yeah. With one left or the other, like, powers every door in the factory.
That's why it's more powerful. Dude, I'd just stay there. Why not just unlatch that and let the door fall with Randall in it?
Well,
Mount Fuji.
it wouldn't really matter though. You just find another door.
True.
That kid's lucky. His door's just.
It's Paris. Where's Remy?
I mean, look at that Paris compared to the rest.
Yeah, I know.
But, you know. Three, two, one.
This is really cool.
And that kid's lucky. His door's gone.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's just doors everywhere.
It's a door. I'm sorry, that was a bit dorky.
I don't think that one will fit there, but.
It's always a great shot.
She faces her fear.
Exactly.
I mean, this
Yeah.
right here.
Is that not the trailer from Bug's Life?
Yeah,
And there's
exactly.
the Pizza Planet truck.
Get that gator. No, but yeah, that's the trailer from Bug's Life and a Pizza Planet truck, which I think's in every Pixar movie.
Everyone except Incredibles.
Really?
Yeah, it's not in that movie. Although Doc Hudson from Cars is Incredibles.
What, really?
If I'm not mistaken. Or there's a model of his vehicle in there. It's not exactly him.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of pain to suffer.
I'm sorry, she didn't see it.
His legs are weak. The one time I need you to laugh.
Exactly. So okay, they arrest Mike and Sully. They take the girl. Somehow he's gonna get the girl back. I don't know. I mean, good thing he's the only one that heard that.
Yeah.
That would have been really bad.
Those suits probably block a lot of sound. I love how he runs on the wall there for half a second. He's very spry for an old man.
And pretty strong too, really.
Yeah.
But he is a spider, possibly, of sorts.
Spider crab thing.
I mean, this is a creative way to end the movie, I think. Technically ends where it began. Exactly, it doesn't make sense. Don't worry about it. It's a movie. Once again, it doesn't really make sense, though. I mean, they don't hate children, they're just terrified of them.
Yeah.
Number one. And guess who it is?
Mae Wazowski. Nah.
Roz. Two and a half years though, that doesn't seem like a very long time where everyone like knows who she is, you know what I mean? Like she's Roz, you know.
Well, they all have to turn in the paperwork to her.
I know,
And someone with an attitude like that is going to develop a reputation awful quick.
it could be 5 minutes.
That this is the way it has to be type thing. It's also kind of like Lilo and Stitch. And they're getting ready to take them off at the end.
Oh, yeah. It's true. It's another movie I haven't watched in forever.
Favorite part of that movie is when they say he can't swim. He's laying down on a planet that's mostly water. They're all excited. Then he shows Hawaii and they're like, "You've got to be kidding."
I don't even remember how that
It's
movie hardly.
hilarious. That's a great movie.
There's that ball again.
Pixar ball.
And it's still.
And there's Jesse.
It is. He's got her.
That might be the most obvious reference in Pixar history.
There's Nemo.
Yeah, that's true. and that would be their next movie. Pixar got on a roll, man. They had this, then Finding Nemo, then The Incredibles.
Yeah, and
Then they did Cars. And, like, we'll have to do a commentary on that movie one day, but, like, if you're from the South, I think you're more inclined to like Cars because there's a lot of nuances in that movie that you probably only get if you understand living in the South.
I don't know. I don't like Cars.
I do. I mean, Cars 2, no. Cars 1, I actually think is fairly underrated. I think it's pretty good.
See, I can watch Cars 2 just because it's stupid.
Nah.
I can handle stupid.
Cars 1, I just, like I said, it's just, to me, it's just very nuanced. I like it.
Yeah, but those nuances you're talking about, though, are things that I don't like anyway, so.
I mean, just the
Okay.
NASCAR mentality.
Yeah, exactly, NASCAR.
and-
I don't like
Look,
NASCAR.
I'm not a NASCAR fan, but I understand
But,
like where they're going at with a lot of stuff.
I mean,
They did their research. It's just, a lot of critics when they watch that movie, like a lot of those critics are from New York and LA, so I think some of the stuff they did just didn't quite translate.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but if it was a good movie, it doesn't matter where you're from.
And I never said it was a great movie or anything. I just think it gets a little more hate than what it deserves.
It's pretty bad, so.
I disagree.
Pretty bad.
But this movie's pretty good. I love how he keeps this one shard.
But we get the rest of the day off.
Yeah. Guess that's looking on the right side.
But I mean, Monsters Inc. can't be the only scare factory in this world, could it?
It's possible, because
Or I mean, is this the only part of this world that exists? Monstropolis?
it might be the only one in Monstropolis, and they might be having that energy crisis.
How big is this world?
I don't know. It's presumably the whole world.
Crickets chirping, wind blowing softly, door quietly creaks open. Just setting the scene for those of you watching along.
There's old Mike Wazowski.
It's a very calm child.
Yeah.
Are you just petrified?
He's like, I ain't got time for this.
Kindergarten. The child ain't in kindergarten.
No, he looks like an 8th grader.
Yeah, he does. There's nothing that gets a laugh from children more than fart and
Burp jokes.
Yep.
Lowest common denominator.
Bandit soccer. Think funny.
It seems the unions have got a hold of Monsters Inc. And it is 4:25 in the afternoon there.
So they've only got about an hour and a half more to go.
Yep.
To the end of their shift. I like this running gag. Because early on it was the commercial, the logo was over his face.
Yeah.
Now it's the barcode. And he
just doesn't get it.
Yeah. On the cover of a magazine. See, there he is. He survives. Joke of the day. Doctor says to the patient, I can't read that fast, sir.
I don't know, I'd have to look back at it.
What be the trouble. First year production.
So this is floor F.
Doctor says, whatever the joke was, the punchline is the doctor says, don't do that. That's the punchline.
I don't know.
No, I mean, that's what it said the punchline
Yeah.
was. I don't know what the joke was. I mean, that one little piece. There's obviously more pieces missing.
There are, but it's probably just...
I know, it's a metaphor. It's a plot. It's a plot.
It doesn't have to be like 100%. You just gotta have all the major pieces intact. How old do you think she is when they see her again? Because obviously probably a good time has
It's
passed.
at least been a year. Because the thing said first year
Okay.
progress.
So she's probably about 5 or 6 then. No. She's probably 2 years old. It's going on 3 maybe. 3.
I don't know,
So
but yeah, like
should be 4.
the paper just said, now I think I'm pretty sure there used to be bloopers in the DVDs at least. I don't know if they
Yeah.
said Darla K. Anderson.
So any closing thoughts?
Andrew Stanton. Is he the one that did John Carter?
No, maybe. He did Wally, didn't he?
I know one of these guys did John Carter and it didn't work out so well.
Even though the movie wasn't all that bad. So any closing thoughts for this commentary?
Jimmy Stewart. I'm waiting.
For what?
The bleepers. Well, I still like the movie.
Yeah. I mean, it is...
I think the only thing that throws me off now is the animation, where it's advanced way past.
Yeah.
Kind of looks a little...
This movie's 16 years old.
Yeah. So the animation doesn't look as good as modern day, but still like the story, still like the message.
Yeah.
I think this movie has many layers to it. I think it's a deep psychological thriller. And I think there's a conspiracy amongst the Waternoose clan. But I'll have to. I'm gonna write a dissertation on Monsters Inc., the conspiracy and all that stuff. But yeah, no, I still like it. As right now, I'll keep it at number 1 right now on my list. I don't have any issues with that.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I'll agree with that. It was good. Any last words?
Well, but it's not your favorite because it's still Ratatouille, right?
Yeah, this is probably number 6 on my list. 6 or 7.
Hurts me, man. That hurts me. Hurts me good.
Actually, I take that back. It's probably number 4.
Oh, right on. I won you.
Hold on. Ratatouille, Incredibles, Toy Story 3, Finding Nemo, then probably this one, so it'd be 5.
I've got a little more work to do, but I'll get you there eventually. So, I'm done. Are you done?
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If not, well, sorry. Have a great day, week, or whatever. Thanks for watching, and God bless.